What is going on, IF Warriors? So today we're going to talk about 4 diet mistakes that beginners make all the time when it comes to structuring their diet for continuous weight loss and to reach their goals. A lot of people plateau because of these 4 mistakes that they make, believe it or not. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Number 1 is trying to find a super diet. That is probably one of the most important ones, right? That's why I put it at number 1, just in case you drop off this video. At least you get this one. First of all, they get what's sometimes is called paralysis by analysis, where they never pull the trigger on the diets or on a diet because they're looking at so many diets. They have so many perspectives from so many different people. So they don't actually make a decision, and they take forever and they drag their feet, and then they eventually just move on and never even get in the diet to begin with. But when they get into the diet, they're hoping that it has some sort of a magical property that it is going to get them to where, like, it's going to completely just mesh with their biology, and it'll get them to the finish line without realizing that a lot of getting to the finish line comes with just that perseverance that comes with weight loss, because it's a trickling effect. It's not this super quick, massive weight loss overnight kind of situation. Are you going to lose a lot of water weight when you first start? Yeah. Is that going to create a lot of motivation for a lot of people in the beginning? Sure. But the long-term game is what matters. And when you pick a super diet, you also start restricting yourself in a way where there's no wiggle room to use to eat things outside of that super diet. The food, you're basically stuck, and then if it works for you, it's a double-edged sword, because then you don't want to, dabble in anything else, but you also lose the variety factor from constantly just you eating one super diet that you feel is the best one. Now let's go ahead and move on to number 2. Number 2 is thinking that all calories are made equal. Now, a calorie is a calorie is a calorie. Sure, of course. It's really calories in versus calories out that's going to determine, how much weight you lose. But here's the thing: the food that is where the calories are coming from can do a lot of things to you hormonally. For example, if you ate just bags of chips and pastries, you're gonna have it's gonna be highly palatable. It's going to have a lot of calories, but it's also not going to be satisfying. So you're going to want to eat more, as opposed to eating way less calories from a steak or chicken or what have you, from a high satiated foods, that protein dense foods, where you feel satisfied and you've consumed way less calories. There's a difference there. It's going to take you so much more calories. It's going to take you 2,000, 3,000 calories to feel even a slither of satisfaction from the highly palatable, high sugar foods, while a steak or two will make you feel satisfied, and it's way less calories. So you have to understand, yes, it doesn't really matter what you eat in the sense of calorie per calorie, but 100 calories of a donut is a bite, right? While 100 calories of a steak could be like, half of a steak or whatever. So you have to be, you have to be conscious of, sure, calories in a vacuum don't matter, but the foods that you're eating absolutely 100% matters for your success and for you to maintain a high level of success throughout your dieting to get to a specific weight loss goal. Let's go on to number 3, going crazy with your cardio. This is a big one because, again, the hormonal factors. One thing that a lot of fitness, content creators do wrong is that they focus so much on calories in versus calories out. They never focus on the hormonal elements that take place when you're losing weight, when you're burning calories, when you're eating specific foods. They just want to focus on calories in versus calories out because either they don't like a diet, so that's their go-to argument against the diet, whatever it is. But your body is very resourceful and it will try its best to not lose stored energy. One example is if you overwork yourself in cardio, what will end up happening is that your body will start to increase hormones like ghrelin and decrease hormones like leptin. Ghrelin being the hunger hormone, leptin being the hormone that tells you that you're full. It's the signal from your stomach to your brain. So the lower or the less that excretes, the more the longer it takes for that signal to go from your stomach to your brain to tell you that you're full. That's usually the case when you've eaten and then after you're done eating, all of a sudden you feel like you're going to explode and you can barely breathe and you're uncomfortable. You can't even lay down or comfortably. That's because your leptin secretion is low. So that's an important element to losing weight, is controlling and balancing how much you're forcing your body to move into that space where it's going to try to binge eat or overeat or get you to feel hungry in moments where you normally aren't hungry, because it's trying to regain that energy. Your body doesn't want to necessarily lose energy. It wants to hold on to energy, and even better yet, it wants more energy. That's why it's so much easier to fall into the snowball effect of overeating and consistently gaining weight. So hardcore cardio plus your diet plus all this stuff is going to make it really difficult for you hormonally, as your hormones are going to be fighting against you. It's also going to make you tired, right? It's going to keep you sleeping so that you expend less energy on a day-to-day basis. It's going to do a lot of things. Your body's going to do a lot of things to protect the energy that it has inside of it, which is calories. And number 4, and I know this sounds weird in comparison to number 2, but hear me out. Number 4 is eating super healthy. Now, in a vacuum, eating super healthy is probably the best thing you could do. Make sure you get all of your macronutrients, your micronutrients. You do that and like you're golden, sure. But again, we are not robots, right? We're not these just like stoic animals that could just eat grass all the time, right? We're humans with hormones and different needs and desires for things to eat. You have to have healthy foods, but also be able to connect foods that you enjoy that may not be so healthy, right? And control them in moderation, obviously, but being able to have the flexibility to eat foods that you like within the control of your calories, making sure that the main stuff that you're eating are always the satiating foods, and not so much the highly palatable foods. But even highly palatable foods and stuff like that, you need to be able to eat it without feeling guilty, without feeling like you can't eat it, because if you do, your whole diet has gone down the drain. This is why choosing a super diet, it's not the best idea. It's better to make sure you're getting the right micronutrients and macronutrients, but also making sure you don't feel like you're missing out, making sure that you don't feel like you have a desire to eat something else every single day, because the game is not, get the right diet that can make you lose weight the fastest. The game is to get something that you can do for the rest of your life. So you have to make sure that the structure of that allows for you to pull that off. And the only way that you can really do it is if you don't feel this feeling of missing out. If you feel that you're getting the stuff that you like, you're enjoying the foods that you like, but you're controlling for how much of those foods you're eating to ensure that you're at a caloric deficit. Those are the 4 mistakes that almost every beginner makes, because their North Star is weight loss. They're not thinking about all the other elements that come with the journey of choosing a diet and using that diet for weight loss. But hopefully this opens your mind if you're thinking of starting, or if you're in the middle and you want to transition to doing something that's more sustainable. Hopefully this video has helped. Until the next one, guys, peace out.